The tape that I sent out?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Wednesday. I think I've asked too many personal questions to Rachel.
Oh, no.
I did. I did.
There's no such thing as too many questions of a client.
Yeah, too many questions, but they were on the political side.
Oh, in the business about
Yes,
the
yes,
gender
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah, no, but you at least got a straight answer out of her, and you also got a straight answer about, which holidays were important, and that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, which holidays, were the holidays that they celebrate themselves, or it's just from different parts of the world?
Yep.
As it turns out, it's celebrating what they like.
So you might want to write this down.
Yes, sir.
At the top of the list
Yes, sir.
is my phone number. I want you guys to put your phone number on that list. The reason is that way I can text you guys. Because sometimes,
I do get text messages.
Yeah, and I think you guys may pay more attention to your phone than I do. I don't know. I don't pay an awful lot of attention to my phone. I'm just old school. I'm a boomer. What can I say?
You're an OG.
Huh?
You're an OG.
Yeah.
Hey, Professor Bowman,
Yeah.
we are Generation Z.
Yeah.
We're Gen Z. I'm Gen Z. I'm Gen Z, and I grew up with a lot of digital computer stuff. I use a lot of AI a lot. I use a lot of AI. I have more AI use because, we grew up in a different world than you.
Mm-hmm.
We're a different generation. And
So the thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about this morning is we haven't gotten a response back from Rachel. Nobody's gotten any response back from Rachel yet. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay.
right.
You guys, Spencer, you weren't in here yet, but I think, are you able to get into the DES capstone folder and see your folder?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it bookmarked.
So what I'd like you guys to do this morning is very politely send her another email going, hey, what's going on? I haven't gotten anything in my folder yet. I'm wanting to do something. And then also in that very polite email, also say, again, what is it you want me to work on first? And if you know what you guys had agreed to last week, say, I think I agreed to do X. Is that right? And then see if that can't, rattle her loose a little bit. I suspect what happened was is that she got busy with her husband and the kids over the weekend. Something may have happened. Maybe somebody got sick. I don't know. That things happen. They're a small outfit. It's just her and her husband running this very small place. And she could have gotten very easily overwhelmed with something. So I'd like to rattle things loose a little bit. Again, you guys are all happy, or you guys are all comfortable with what you agreed to do with it, right?
Suppose so.
That would kill. Okay, so I will put your numbers into my phone, and if not right now, soon, I will email you all back so that we're then all connected, and that way, I'll put your name in too. That way, when it comes up on my phone, I'll know who you are. Okay? All right, so I have something I was going to show you this morning, another video. This was by way of, I think I told you last week when we were doing this, that I had a project when I was in undergraduate school. And they had us doing stuff with the Chicago Public School System. And this is an example of a project that I worked on. It was a team project with myself and another person. So you can see what we did on that. And if you got questions, let's take a look at that.
Was
After
it the educational meeting?
It was, yeah.
I think I saw that video when I was
Did you see it?
in.
Okay. Did you guys all see it? I'll show it to you again if you did.
Because they were explaining how you started with the project and over time it evolved until it's in its final form
Yeah.
for everyone, the teachers to.
Maybe I'll show you the other one then. Maybe you've seen that one. The what I'm going to show you is, well, I won't even spoil it. I'll just play it. How's that? Okay. I'm going to turn down the lights so that you can see better. It's not upsetting you too much, is it, Teresa? You're still able to type?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, the one I'm going to show you is this one here. on It's About Time. I may have put this one up too. For this second presentation, I am again showing you an example of a group or team project. This is It's About Time. Our team had a unique experience in the fall of 2005, sort of thrust upon us in the form of a construction project going up right under our noses on Wabash Avenue in Chicago, the famous or now infamous Trump Tower. Our task was to create a communications device that would allow both casual observers and professional team members to benefit from the same visual materials. One was to answer questions for pedestrians and visitors to the city about what was going on right there on the river. The other was to utilize the same information and be able to feed that into the construction company to supply its contractors with the same, albeit more nuanced, data gleaned from the same sources. First, some necessary background. For those of you unfamiliar with Chicago, here is a general overall map of the location just north of the river between LaSalle Street on the west and Wabash Avenue on the east. This was a relatively easy location for our team to access given that the Illinois Institute of Technology's Institute of Design was then currently housed here at 334 North LaSalle. The building was then owned by Hayworth Office Furniture, and IIT had 4 floors from the 3rd through the 7th floor. Our other home away from home was the offices of Doblin, located here at 330 Wabash in the old IBM building. Doblin was an old-line industrial design firm which over the years had given way to a branding and marketing firm. They were on the 16th floor of the 330 Wabash Avenue building. I should mention that Doblin has since been acquired by Deloitte and is now part of their Monitor Group. IIT is no longer at the LaSalle Street location and has since relocated to a brand new building on the main campus of IIT in the South Loop. But I digress. What the Doblin location gave us was ample access to this, the Trump Tower, which was then under construction, and so we had decided to take on the task mentioned before of coming up with a way to communicate to a large audience what was going on. To begin with, we had conceived of an idea which came in the form of an airplane cockpit. This was dreamed up by our team member who had a background in architecture. He and I spent many nights coming up with the idea of having a control panel that was somewhere between this cockpit design and a drawing board. The view above is a quick snapshot of the construction site from the south side of the river in October of 2005. Most of the information being displayed on a daily basis was going to be the concern of the project manager, Ken Olson. It would also consist of forecasting and execution. The type of data that would be conveyed would be things like specifications, project schedules, daily and weekly reports, work plans, weather forecasts, resources for those currently on site doing what, and finally 3D and 4D depictions of the work in progress. Some of this information, in abbreviated form, would also be available to the public so that pedestrians and observers could plan accordingly. What we meant by 4D information would be the aggregate of these various things shown here in a counterclockwise motion. Lower right, the actual conditions on site. Lower left, the site plan CDMs, or here known as collaborative decision matrices. Upper left, 3D visualization of what was going to be happening that day. And finally, the upper right, which was going to be actual conditions on the site that might be disruptive to traffic conditions. This is the initial concept sketch that we came up with early on, showing where all of the visualizations would be displayed. Here's how our prototype demonstration was going to unfold, along with the various tasks that would be taking place within that demonstration, all of which would be broken down into a graphical presentation. This is our desktop schematic or control panel as laid out using Archicad software. Here you can see the 3D visualization of the site in the upper left corner, the largest screen. Below is the CDM diagram showing the progress of the various subcontracted services on site. At the extreme right of that is an actual month calendar, and above the calendar is a forecast of weather conditions and on-site construction deadlines.
and the view in the upper right is the actual on-site monitor showing street conditions. As each area is activated, it would then display other portions of the control panel to emerge, showing how changes in the CDM would impact on-site construction. As months passed and the CDM advanced, the 3D graphical information would follow suit, with clear projections showing up in the subcontraction diagram. Archicad would make this kind of visualization easy to achieve and actually took the place of my conceptual sketches at this point. I found the program pretty straightforward to use and really added to the impact of our presentation. Getting back to the prototype demo, one of the things that we arrived at was the need to assess and make corrections as required. This would be not only critical to the managerial process, but also for what would happen to the traffic conditions in the area with the onset of winter. To aid in the concept visualization, it was key to be able to make photographs directly down into the building site itself, which we were able to obtain from the 330 Wabash Avenue building directly across from the site. We did this for over several weeks in October and early November of 2005. Here I'm using the Archicad software to show things like core construction of the elevator shafts and the subwalls and support columns, all of which were being constructed in cofferdams below the level of the Chicago River. As the building progressed, this was going to be interpreted to not only the building management, but also the public as well. We had anticipated having 6 or more remote kiosks around the site, which would display this kind of information 24/7. Each new area of construction and each task would be color coordinated and tied to a description of what was going on for that particular building task in the CDMs. On top of these concerns, we also felt that we needed to address interactive planning, the simulation of construction, a visualization of construction outcomes, and the ability to track equipment resources on site, the latter being critical to traffic flow in and around the site. The ability that Archicad would give us to visualize these kinds of things was going to be immense, and we felt that we might be able to give that kind of control to the casual observer at each kiosk, here with an overall view from the northwest facing up the river, and now easily swung around to the southwest to be able to access the site from the Wabash Bridge. This kind of information would be crucial to local traffic to be able to anticipate when and where roadways might be impacted to allow for construction equipment to access various portions of the building. It would also be used to show where construction traffic would be entering and leaving the site. In order to make some chronological sense of this, we would also be incorporating what we affectionately refer to as the rearview mirror, which would allow us for taking views of things which had already happened and for the purpose of archiving data for future use. This would all be stored and easily retrieved at any point, because it's about time. I hope that this has given you another look at the way that a presentation was put together to be able to demonstrate how a project was conceived, implemented, and ultimately presented. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be back here shortly with my final installment, which was a solo project on meal and menu planning for an average family of 4. Ciao.
So, you can see that this is probably a little bit more involved than anything you guys might be expected to be doing right now. But the thing that I wanted to show you this for was I would very much like you guys to think about putting together something like this by the end of this semester, so that you could have it as a portfolio piece. Now, have you guys done video stuff?
Oh, you mean specifically the video, not like the, okay.
Yeah, like this, you know?
No, I haven't done, like a video showing my design process.
Yeah,
I haven't done something like that. No.
okay, because I can help you do that. We can figure out how to do that. And it's pretty easy to do. You guys still have access to your stuff at MCC? Yeah.
There's some stuff.
Some stuff? Okay. But you're, I'm trying to remember, you're probably not students still there anymore, are you?
Still have my MCC account activated, so I should be able to just log in the camera.
Okay.
I have a lot of the stuff, some of the stuff that I've worked on in my Google Drive.
Yeah, because we could possibly, towards the end of the semester, I'm talking about like mid to late April, we might do like a field trip or something over to MCC, and I can show you how to put this stuff together real quickly. But I think it would be a real cool way for you guys to put this all together by the end. So you can see from the beginning of the process, that's the reason why it's probably important for you guys to document what you're doing with Rachel. Do screen captures of stuff, designs that you did and that kind of stuff, and keep very accurate track of what you're doing. So that you can kind of put this all together at the end. It's kind of like, again, like I suggested at the beginning, it's kind of like crap in, miracle out the other end, kind of like the sausage making process. So that's what we had to do here. Now, in this particular project, we actually produced this. They actually did a working version of it. I don't know how long it lasted after the fact, and we only had 2 kiosks, not multiple ones. But there were, on-site cameras going all the time into the pit while they were building stuff. Again, this was a long time ago. This was like 2001, 2002. So, and back then, things were much more primitive than they are today. You have to remember that back then, cameras were using mag tape instead of SD cards. And a computer, the stuff feeding that thing into a computer was much more involved than it is now. Now this would be like falling off a log. I mean, seriously, it would be really easy to do. But I digress. But I wanted to show you that by way of kind of the projects that I was involved in, my grad school stuff. So you could see like what kinds of things you might be expected to do in the future if you got involved in some mid-level firm or something. Like Doblin does stuff like this all the time, and so there was another place that we used to attend all the time called Gravity Tank, which is, if you've ever been into the city of Chicago, you see like old water towers all over the city, up on the roofs of buildings. Those are called gravity tanks, because those water systems were used for fighting fires in the days before pressurized water systems, municipal water systems. And so what would happen is that whenever there was a fire in the building, they could count on that 30, 40,000 gallon tank on the roof to put the fire out before the fire department had to get there. And so that's where the name Gravity Tank came from. This company in Chicago that dealt a lot with marketing and design and things like that decided to take their name from the gravity tanks.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's a creative application of a term that a lot of people, from Chicago would readily identify. Again, so what I want you guys to do today is take a little while here and pen that very polite prompt to Rachel, saying, hey, I need stuff. What do you want me to do?
Is it Rachel what?
Rachel Peschman. You should have her address. I think she gave it to you on her card. If you don't, I can give you her.
Should I send an email to Season to Solar? Or,
RP? Or
not Season to Solar, that's the name of my thing, never mind. There's stuff, what was they call it? Shipping stuff.
Shipping stuff, yes.
Okay.
That's where it should go. Rachel at shipping stuff.
Is it rachelmpeshman@gmail.com?
I believe it is.
I was thinking Season to Solar because that's my internship, what they were looking for.
Yeah, here's her contact information on the card she gave me. It's not, oh, here it is, yeah, contact ship and stuff, right. So, if you guys don't still have your card and your pamphlet,
Thank you.
Yeah, I still got it.
I have it.
Is it contact@shipperstuff.net?
Yep.
Okay, so if I'm a new mail, should I type in contact? So I try to type in contact@shipperstuff.net?
Yeah, I would recommend that rather than do this from your Roosevelt account, do it from your Gmail account.
Oh.
And the reason that I'm saying that right now is because of the fact that she, I think, expects to be receiving stuff from Gmail, and the easiest way to get in and out of your Google Drive is through your Gmail too.
Okay, so should I just type in her Gmail address instead?
Yeah, do you have Rachel at?
I have
I don't
rachelmpeshman@gmail.com.
have it. But should I be sending this to Shipping Stuff?
No,
Or-
send it to Rachel.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I send it to my Gmail or Roosevelt?
Yeah, so that through Gmail.
Okay.
okay?
What's a Gmail?
Rachel, it should come right up, rachelbestwin@gmail.com.
Oh, I don't have that.
You don't?
Yeah, I just got the card, that's what.
Okay, let me,
Yeah, I never sent an email.
let me project this. I've got it on mine and I'll put it up for you so you can see it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my regular email.
In this fourth example,
Oh, stop it.
So, so it's Rachel M. Peshman at Gmail, Rachel.m.peshman@gmail.com, right?
Yeah, let me see. Rachel. Yeah, here we go.
Rachel.m.pesh.
Yeah, rachel.m.petchman@gmail.com.
So what's the subject name?
The subject name?
Yeah.
It will be, I would put down DES 386, is that it, 386 or 368? Sorry, DES 368 capstone project, that you're that class.
So what should I say to her? Hello Rachel, or dear Rachel, or
Yeah, dear Rachel's fine.
dear Rachel?
Yep. Remind her of what you did. We met in class last Wednesday.
We met in class last Wednesday
Yep. Where you presented,
where you presented.
and yours was,
Mine was ship stuff.
right, yours is,
That's
This
mine.
one?
Yeah, that's mine.
and yours was the Bulldogs. And yours was this one. Could you give these, here, if you hand that back, give those back to me before you, before you take off with them again.
So should I say, what should I say to her?
Just say, you indicated last week that you were going to place materials into our folders on Google Drive pertinent to our various projects.
So what was the start of that?
Okay.
I'm bad at listening.
Do you have it, can you read it back to it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know, can you look at my,
Yeah, I can look at yours, I can read it from yours.
thank you.
Okay.
I'm trying to log in here.
All right, so Rachel, or Teresa has written, I indicated last week that I was going to place materials into our folders on Google Drive pertinent to our various projects. It should be you indicated.
You indicated last week that you were,
Yeah, going to place items into our various projects, pertinent to our various projects.
period.
So, the Google Drive folder marked DES 368 Capstone now exists in Google Drive, and our individual folders are there, but we've not seen anything yet. You okay?
This is crazy, Mac is just not loading up any of the
Okay.
photos, it was just like, what's going on with this thing? Gmail login.
So where are we at now on yours?
You check mine.
Yeah. Let me check Joe. We all met on, no, we all met in DES
Yes.
-368 capstone class last week Wednesday, where we presented and learned about ship and stuff and their upcoming project. You indicated to us last week that you were going to place various items related to our various projects for us to work on in
Then
Google Drive.
Google Drive.
Yeah. The Google Drive folder, DES
Yes.
-368
The
capstone,
capstone
now exists
now exists
in Google Drive
Google Drive.
with our individual folders.
Visual folders.
Okay. And I've not seen anything yet.
And we haven't, I haven't seen.
Yeah. and
This is
then-
why I use AI, because I can't write emails like this.
Yes, and then,
I'm terrible at
and
this.
then you can just, now you can just say, please advise.
Please advise.
Yep, and then sign it, your name.
You know, so-
And make sure you put all your contact information on it too, like a phone number and all that stuff.
On subjects.
Yep.
Just capstone 368.
DES 368 capstone folder.
368.
Okay, where are you at?
I'm stuck right here.
Okay. Joe, yours is probably the most complete at this point. Can you copy Teresa? Like, send what you did to Teresa, okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
Did I just get something?
Yes.
Okay, something in, yes, MCC. Okay, so I'm gonna have Joe send you his, then you can look at his and we can copy, paste, and personalize it to you, okay? And then we'll do the same with you, okay?
Okay, you can send it through Gmail or?
Yes, I'm sorry, you're gonna send it to Teresa's Gmail, Joe?
Yeah, I'm sending it to her.
And send it
I'm gonna
to-
send it to her Outlook email, because I don't know her Gmail.
Okay. So it's gonna go from your email at Roosevelt to Teresa's email at Roosevelt, correct?
I sent it from my Roosevelt to Lisa's Roosevelt.
Okay, so it's gonna be in your Roosevelt, Teresa.
Okay, gotcha.
It'll be in your Roosevelt.
So I put in my phone number and my Roosevelt email?
Yeah, every time that you email a client, you should always make sure, take pains to put on your phone number and your email address at whatever email that you expect to be contacted at. Like you would expect to be contacted at both Gmail and at Roosevelt. So make sure both of them appear at the bottom with your phone number.
Okay, there we go. I'll send that.
Okay. Teresa, did you get it
Uh,
from Joe?
I did.
Okay, open that and cut and paste it into your Gmail and we will personalize it, okay?
Actually, I'm gonna copy it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Joe.
Okay, that might be okay, just as is, and then just put down your email address, or just sign it Teresa.
Teresa Bayano.
Yeah.
Teresa.bayano@gmail.com.
Right, and make sure you put your Roosevelt one too, and your phone number.
Mail.roosevelt.edu.
Yeah, and did you get yours from Roosevelt? Yeah. And you can just copy, cut, and paste it into your Gmail.
Is this it?
That's it,
Yeah.
there you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much for your help, Roosevelt.
Yeah, so that's our first lesson today is on correspondence. We should always do these various things. As I said, Rachel may have had a very hectic weekend. I don't know what.
Hectic with her boys.
And she could have been sick too. Remember, she wasn't feeling real well when she was here
Gosh.
last week. She was coughing.
Ah, crap.
So she may have had a rebound of whatever it was that she had. So she'll probably offer apologies when she gets back with us. I
I
don't know.
think will she be coming back here?
I'm going to have her come back, yeah, several
Like
times.
Wednesday, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if she's gonna respond by the end of the day today, or if she's gonna have another week.
I would hope she will respond by the end of the day, because it sounded like she wanted some things done pretty quick.
Yeah, I was wondering, I was like, did I send the wrong thing? So I remember her telling me that she wanted it like by like the end of the day, but then I forgot, and I sent it on
No, but
Saturday.
you sent it on Saturday, so that's
Yeah, I
still
know I
within,
forgot.
that's still within the timeframe. I was thinking, whatever correspondence we did, I mean,
Because she was the one who was late, so.
Teresa sent hers that day right from class, didn't you?
Yeah.
Your first initial contact.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about it, like,
Yes.
for 2 days, because I was busy with my other stuff.
You sent yours too, right? Yeah. So she should have all of our initial stuff. Again, so I'm hoping to have her come back again and talk with us, maybe when Hafsa's back. I think she's back next week. So, but that was the reason why I wanted to record everything today, so that Hafsa knows what's going on with us. And when I play the tape back, what I'll do is I'll just splice in the actual video that I showed you so she doesn't have to hear me talking through the coffee can at the ceiling. The acoustics in this place really leave something to be desired. The other thing I was going to show you, oh yeah, I know. I'm going to show you another personal project by way of a portfolio piece so that you get an idea of, I'm putting an awful lot of pressure on you guys because this was stuff that I had professionally done when I was in school. But it's the kinds of things that you need to be cognizant of going forward, okay? So I'm going to show you another one. I may or I may not put this up in the Roosevelt Blackboard thing, but let's take a look at that one again real quick, okay? I got to go back to my email to find this one.
I haven't got the email from Joe yet, so.
Let's see.
If you send an email to me,
Oh, do you want me to send it to you?
sure, so just copy and paste it.
Okay, let's see. Manage videos. I just found this the other day, so it shouldn't be buried in my emails too
I mean,
far.
I sent you the email.
Videos too far
Check
down.
again here. It's not popping up in my inbox. Oh, there it is.
Did you get it?
Yep.
Okay.
It's kind of creepy that on my YouTube, my own, personal YouTube thing, account there, that when I'm watching my videos and whatnot, that for all the Blackboard videos I've been watching, it's been now popping up on my recommended, and then I'm watching on my Xbox there, and then next thing you know, boom, see my face there, and I'm just sitting in this chair.
So as you guys can see here, I do a lot of emails, or a lot of videos. Okay, so this is an alternative take on a portfolio piece. This was a project that I did and lost track of for the Louisiana Arts and Science Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 1999. It's the design time that I did it, but it got built sometime between 1999 and now. And I lost track of the project because I wasn't involved in it, but I did do the conceptual stuff.
There's a problem, here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, can I get you guys to give me back your pages? So I don't lose them.
Here, I'll take care of it.
Thank you, Teresa.
No.
Okay. So this is on, as I said, the Louisiana Arts and Science Center. I did their initial logo. They have since changed it, but this is what the logo looked like originally.
This is the intro to the portfolio assignment. This is part of a larger set of videos talking about how to go about setting up your portfolio, which will be the last part of this class. My example here is one segment of a multi-segmented portfolio that I will be attempting to put together to show you at the end of this course. More on that later. First, some background on this one. This part of my portfolio involves a project that I worked on late in 1999 for the Louisiana Arts and Science Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is now called the Louisiana Arts and Science Museum and has a completely different logo than the one that I developed for them here. I worked on several parts for the center, but one of the projects that involved most of my time was the creation of what was called an ORI. This is an example of an extremely simple ORI. An ORI is a device used to show how the planets revolve around the sun and how their moons and satellites revolve around them. Here is a much more complex ORI, which was developed at around the time when astronomers only knew about the inner planets and their moons. This following video details for you just how complex these things can become. This being a much more accurate rendition of one that shows all of the inner and outer planets, as well as the rotation of all of their moons. The gear mechanism is quite complicated, and one or two of the main planets rotates in the opposite direction from the others, as do many of the moons. Also, not all of the planet rotations maintain a strict elliptical pattern around the sun, and not necessarily on the same plane. So as you can see, these things are very, very complicated. And an ORI like this, a mechanical ORI like this, is very, very expensive and not something that you necessarily want to put on display to the general public and have them turning the little crank and those kinds of things. No, what we were going to come up with was something more simple, but hopefully just as engaging. Now, ORIs have been used for centuries to describe to lay people the operations of the solar system. Here is a painting of a very early version. And here's a version which was erected on the ceiling of a French palace from around the 1700s. This is where I took my inspiration from. Now, the Louisiana Arts and Science Center is located in what was the Mississippi Valley Railroad Station, which is on the bank of the Mississippi River in downtown Baton Rouge. The railroad company no longer exists, but the railroad tracks still run along behind the museum between the back of the building and the levee which holds back the river. In 1999, they were in the process of constructing this planetarium extension onto the southern end of the old railroad depot. On the ground floor is where they asked me to come up with an exhibit explaining the workings of a solar system, which is what would be discussed in this light show in the planetarium on the second floor under the dome. Louisiana Arts and Science Museum is now a much larger operation, as you can see from the rendering of the proposed buildings, which was slated for completion sometime in the late 20-teens. Here you can see the old railroad depot in the center of the complex with the Mississippi River stretching out behind it all. Now, initially beginning in 1998, I began with some very preliminary sketches to show the museum board what it was that I was proposing to do. This rather quick elevation drawing shows how I imagined that we would take advantage of the large 4-foot diameter concrete column, which was centered in the lower lobby area and pretty much dominated the space. I wanted to create a dais around the column which would act as both a bench for people to sit on, as well as provide a platform for cast-from-life figures of historical scientists and astronomers. Along the left side of this sketch, you can see a list of people who might appear on that dais, people like Copernicus and Galileo and people like that. This plan view describes how I proposed that we enclose the 4 steel pillars that came just outside of the main concrete pillar. All of this structure was necessary for holding up the floor of the planetarium above, but on this level we needed to do something to disguise it. I proposed that the center column have a half section of a large sphere that would represent the sun. The sphere would be backlit and contain popcorn strobes to approximate the appearance of sunspots. The sun model would have to be constructed in sections modeled from fiberglass and mechanically fastened together so that they could be fitted around the column. Here then is another elevation sketch showing how the sun model would be fastened to the center column and the first inklings of the ORI with its small depiction of a planet Mercury just to the left of the sun in the sketch. After several weeks of work, I came up with a series of drawings that showed how all of this would work. Again, this is a much more detailed drawing showing not only how the center column would work, as well as the detail of the enclosures for the outboard steel columns. More details on the dimensions of the sun sections and how the model would work so that it actually looked like a sun surface in motion. To do this, the back of the sun model, the fiberglass portion, was going to be coated with a polarizing film, and then mechanical wheels would rotate another polarizing film in front of a bright light white source, which would then project the polarized light onto the back of the static film on the back of the sun model, much like the old light wheels that are projected onto colored lights onto a Christmas tree. This causes the polar motion film to look like it's actually moving, which would give you this swirling pattern, kind of like the way that the sun looks. This is a projected plan view of the way that the ORI was going to work. Each of the planets would be represented with a small model of a planet in some proportion to the size of the sun model surrounding the center column. Each planet model would be attached to a ring of lights that would surround the sun model in equal intervals out from the sun. A computer would be programmed to have the lights flash as they went around the sun, proportional to what is known as a fast clock. In this case, the fast clock would operate so that one solar year would be the length of a 24-hour day. In a very short example, the Earth would be depicted as rotating around the sun once every day. Conversely, the path of Mercury would flash around the sun once every 7 minutes, in proportion to the mercurial year, which is 7 days of Earth time. Pluto, on the other hand, plodded along at the outer extremity of the room and might take it around the room several years. The detailed notes on the drawing spelled all of this out. It was quite a task doing all the math to figure out how that was going to work. Also proposed was a carpet pattern for the floor that would surround the Ori. This was going to be done with floor tiles, and would depict a solar flare which would act as a pointer to the entrance to the stairway, which led up to the outer stairwell to the planetarium. They never followed up on that one. I then had to do a quick sketch showing how all of this might look. These things are done for fundraising, since drawings that I just showed you would be much more difficult to get people to understand what they were raising money for. The old saying is that a picture's worth 1,000 words, but here it's worth thousands of dollars. This is where my involvement with the project came to an end, and I lost track of it after this. I got involved in other exhibit design projects, and the whole thing was eventually handed over to a company whose job it was to actually build what I'd proposed. In the past, I had worked for such a company, but by 1999, I had moved to Chicago and was a freelance exhibit designer. But the planetarium did get built, and they decided to go through with the exhibit that I had proposed for them. Just last year, I got curious and I looked them up, and here it is, just the way that I envisioned it. Right down to the ancillary exhibits surrounding the main core exhibit. Not bad, eh?
So, that's an example of a very complicated.
I was meant to be that. My apologies.
What's that?
My apologies. I missed out watching videos. Had to use a lot of
Oh, it's okay.
restroom breaks.
It'll be up.
Restroom
It'll be up.
breaks.
I'm gonna put it up, and as I said, I'll put it up so that HAFSA can see what we discussed. It'll be part of the video that I'm recording today. What I'll do is I'll just insert the actual video in the place of the one that I'm projecting for you guys. So anyway, like I said, I'd like you guys to maybe produce something like that for your class, for this class, at the end, based on what you guys are doing for Rachel with SHIP and stuff. Something similar.
What are we doing here to make our own portfolio?
Yeah.
Haven't worked on it yet.
Yeah. So it's time you guys got to thinking about it.
Is
You're
it
gonna be
more like a
graduating.
step-by-step guide of a design process, or more just like a explaining what we did?
Kind of explaining what you did, like the back and forth, like for instance, you're working on this thing and all of a sudden Rachel hits you guys with a business card and wants you to come up with something, and it's, you know, fly by the seat of your pants kind of a thing. You don't have all the information, so you gotta come up with something like from scratch, right? So
Yeah.
you're gonna be thinking about things, you're gonna propose stuff. What are you proposing? What did it look like? You did 3 examples. Which one did they like? Did they take parts from this one, parts from this one, and parts from that one, and put them all together? That
Yeah.
kind of thing. And you can explain that in the process of doing your video, okay? It's more or less like, kind of acts as a calling card, if I will. Like for instance, when you guys go to actually look for a job in the future, a lot of your initial contact with whoever it is that might hire you is going to be asking for stuff to be seen by them, sight unseen of you. That is, I'm going to send this to them. This is the kind of stuff that I do, or this is the kind of stuff I'm capable of doing. And they'll look at that, and dependent upon how well you did, they'll go, oh, this person's pretty slick. I need this guy. I need this girl. So think about doing that. So
I have recording stuff, so I can make a video. I still figure out how I'm supposed to do it.
yeah. So what you have the Adobe Creative Suites at home, correct?
I just have Illustrator.
Okay. So the thing that you might want to avail yourself of is Premiere Pro.
I have like OBS, which is like a recording thing.
Okay, probably works very much the same
Yeah,
way.
it's good at recording, but not like as much editing, but I don't know if I have to do much editing, it's probably easy, but yeah.
I can show you how to do that.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Oh,
I can record easily,
We're
that's.
doing like a Premiere, oh, what do we do I have to do Adobe Portfolio as well?
No, you don't have to do it. What I'm suggesting that you do by the end of the class is to put together something that kind of represents what you did in the class via video for your portfolio.
A video for portfolio?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that you've got something more towards for the end of this class that's going to kind of exist as a, what do you want to say, archive, that's a good word, of what you did in the class. Okay, so I just want to plant that seed in your head now so you're thinking ahead, so that as you do things, you're keeping track of stuff and you're recording stuff and you've got screen captures and all that stuff that you're feeding to Rachel, but you also have it someplace else, so that you've got it. And all the correspondence back and forth, right? I think in the future, we're also probably going to be doing Zoom sessions with her from this class. So, like, we may have a day where you've got a question, nobody else does, but you do, or Spencer does and nobody else does. And so Spencer can get her on via Zoom, and we can use the Zoom from MCC. I was told by Vernon that we probably would be better to avail ourselves of that. I can set that up. And that way, you can sit right here at your computer, you can see her, she can see you, and you can ask her questions. It'll almost be like being there. And that probably will save her a trip here and you a trip there. Although I think before the end of all this, I think we're probably gonna wanna take a trip over there. So that, like for instance, if you design a t-shirt for her, or if you design something that involves some printing process, because she does that one where it's like direct to film and direct to garment, those two particular things, and the one where they actually do the embroidery. I think it'll be interesting for you guys to see that actual process in motion. So we may take a trip over there, and that probably won't be until very near the end, middle April to end of April. So, okay. I'm saying that all these things I'm talking about are like way out in the future yet. And I keep saying way out in the future, but I mean, we're already at week 3. So we only got 13 weeks left.
That's going by pretty fast.
It goes by lightning fast. I'm always amazed at how fast things go by. Now, the advantage that you guys have in the spring semester that you don't also have in the fall semester is Thanksgiving always falls, I'm gonna turn that damn thing off. Thanksgiving always falls at the same time. And, come on. There we go. There we go. Thanksgiving always falls at the same time, and invariably what happens, and I would imagine it probably happens with Roosevelt just as soon as it does with MCC, is we break for Thanksgiving and you come back and there's a week left. You know, and it's like Jesus, I get it, you know. It always shocks students. In the spring, things are different, and your spring break falls early. You're the first week in March, so you kind of like in the middle of all of this stuff. That's better because you've got almost an equal time on either side of the break.
I just didn't know my schedule for that because I have the other job, I work at Menards. I just didn't know I wanted to take that off because I have to like schedule like days off like a month in advance.
What do you do at Menards?
I do like receiving, like I unload stuff from the trucks.
Okay.
And stock it.
So yeah, that break for Roosevelt is the first week in March. So
March 1st to the 8th.
yeah, 1st through the 8th. MCC's is down here someplace. I don't know why MCC's is so late this year, but it is. Anyway, so that week I won't be coming here, but I'll still be available to contact. So feel free to contact me anytime we're off on that break, that first week in March. I'll be around, okay? I'm always around. And then, of course, the week that I'm off from MCC, I'll still be coming here because we've got class. So, anybody have any questions so far? Yes?
Do we have to use like AI, do we have to use like Adobe Portfolio, like go to Adobe Premiere Pro and you can screenshot, do a video of Adobe Portfolio?
Do you have the Creative Suites?
Yeah.
Okay, that would mean you've got Premiere Pro, and I can show you how to use it.
So, how do I accomplish that? How do I achieve that?
Premiere Pro?
No, I'm talking about the portfolio thing that you were talking about near the
Okay,
end.
the videos that you've watched this morning, the two that you've watched this morning, I did both of those in Premiere Pro. So that's pretty much all you need to know. That and your ability to do a voice capture.
Because I have OBS, and OBS is like very good at recording. So
Okay.
it is
So
like voice, you can access like Windows and
the
stuff.
advantage that I've got is I've got like several different stations at my home computer where I can record stuff from. The only thing I ever have to worry about is my dog barking at a FedEx truck when it goes by.
Yeah,
or coming.
that might be me.
And as you heard in that last one, at that time, I had a cat. I no longer have the cat, he passed away since then, but he would come in my room every once in a while, you know, and get up on my lap and stuff like that while I'm recording. I can also offer you guys that, again, when we take that field trip over to MCC later in the semester, there's a sound booth there. In that sound booth, you can record direct to SD tape. So if you've got yourself a script ready, you can sit in that sound booth and recite what's on that thing, and it'll record it to SD tape. And you won't have any interruptions. There's no interruptions from the outside. It's like almost like a soundproof booth where you can do that stuff. It's up in the one.
My dog knows, my dog somehow knows when there's another dog walking outside,
Yes.
and she'll bark at it.
You know, they
I don't know
will-
how, she knows like when things are like outside.
Last week, I was on the phone with somebody, and when it was really cold out, and all of a sudden, my dog went into this howling fit at my window. I'm on an upstairs studio, right, with the windows, these things, there are doors that opened up over my driveway, right? And he's right in front of the door wall, there, barking his head off, and I'm like over there trying to see what it is that he's barking at. It was trash day, and it was rather windy that day, and the adjoining street had a box that had blown out of somebody's trash and was blowing down the yard next door across the street. And when I did a double take, when I first saw this thing, I thought, what kind of a critter is that? Because it was rolling towards us in such a way, or it was actually scooting along in the snow in such a way that it actually looked like an animal, because it was like bouncing a little bit. And then all of a sudden, I caught this glint off of it from the sunlight, and I went, it's a box. He's barking at a box, you know?
She's really loud when she barks. Like, I don't know. She knows what she does. The problem is that she'll wait outside my door to my computer room,
Yeah.
and she'll scratch at the door and want to get in, but then she comes in and she remembers there's nothing in there and she leaves.
Yeah. Well,
I
Astro
think she
is,
just likes the door being open, but it's like, I want to close.
Astro is a 60-pound golden doodle. So he's part golden retriever and mostly poodle. He's 3/4 poodle, 1/4 golden. So he's a pretty good sized dog. He has a very imposing bark, and he just loves people. So he's not dangerous at all.
She does, my dog does too, but she's like a lab pit bull kind of. Think they lie. They said she was a lab, but she's more pit bull than lab, I think.
Yeah.
But I think she likes people, but she's big and she likes to jump on people.
That's
That's her problem.
That's Astro. That's
Like
Astro.
she will never hurt you, but gets too excited.
Yeah.
She'll jump on you and like, she'll like shove her nose in like your
So,
stomach.
so Hafsa should be back next week on Monday, I'm hoping, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. She said she was gonna be gone for 3 class periods, so it was like last Wednesday, today, and Wednesday this week. So I'm hoping she will be back by Monday. We'll find out. And then I'm gonna have to get her set up with Rachel Prompto. So I may have to have Rachel come back and present again, but more focused on Hafsa because it's gonna be something a little bit different than what you guys did.
So
So,
whenever she responds.
yeah. So hopefully we'll hear back from Rachel today, all of us.
If she never responds, do we still pass the class?
Yeah, you were saying, that's on her part.
Yeah, it's a failure on the client to produce something, and that which way I'll have to like scramble real quick and find something else for you guys to do.
One last, are you gonna share the Drupal drive with us?
Yeah, you should have it.
Oh, I don't have it, no.
No? So, if you go on Gmail,
Yeah, I have the shed with me, I don't see anything there.
Okay, let me take a look. You're in Google right now?
Yeah, I don't have it. I just have this stuff from my internship.
Okay, so go to home, all right, and then go like, you're gonna send a new, okay, up in this corner, you'll see these dots.
Yeah.
Click on that and then go to Drive. And you should see someplace here called
Should be
Drive.
shared with me, it should show on.
Yeah,
If it's not there, you can click into your Gmail account and then click on where you send your specific drive in your email. And then once you open that, it'll pop up. Because that's how that's my drive when I
I sent this.
clicked on your.
uh-huh. No, but the one I sent you back, should be in there.
I don't see anything
Go
now.
up to the, that's mine, this is yours.
I think you might just have to share with me.
Yeah, I can do that again, I can do that
Because I
again.
don't think you shared it.
Maybe not, maybe I didn't. I shared it with you, you got it, right?
So I always get stuff with that on Gmail, it tells me if like, I got something shared with me.
Alright. You're attaching it to your drive thing.
Come. Wake up, computer.
I sent you the second email that had my Gmail on it.
Yes,
To Roosevelt,
and
yeah.
I think I got that, but I made, you're probably right, I probably may have neglected to send that to you. Let me remedy that real quick. Okay, so, close this down, go. Here, here, here. Come on. Here we are. Share. Copy the link. And then I'm gonna send you an email. Not new folder, no. Stop. Okay. Compose to. Link. Paste. Okay, there's the link, okay? Got it?
Did you send it through Roosevelt or through
I
Gmail?
started the email. I think that, contrary to anything that you may know about Roosevelt, we should probably be doing most of our work through Google. And the reason for that, I'll document everything that we do back to Roosevelt so that they know that we actually did something. But I think it's gonna make it easier for
I
us.
haven't got anything yet.
Okay, refresh.
No.
Could be junk.
I just get a bunch of random crap.
Huh,
Or it takes its time, it's depending on.
I might have to wait a bit.
Is there anything, or is there, Professor Bauman, is there anything we should do right now?
just send that email to Rachel and,
But you mistyped my Gmail. 'cause I know it's sometimes on-
so here's my sent. Let me see.
Oh, it's at gmail.com. You can do that.
Okay.
And at Joe, no, it's a Joe's. You can do that, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Copy that. Okay, compose to,
Oh, that's not me, that's not me.
no,
It's the Joseph.
the Joseph.
Yeah,
Okay.
same thing as that, the,
Fucking,
The Joseph.
yeah.
1337.
womanize, yo,
At
At
Gmail.
gmail.com.
you're a fucking dark.
That's why I didn't get to you.
Yeah. If you saw that, no, that's part of the name, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, titling it link. And paste and send. Yeah, no, Teresa, in answer to your question, the only thing today that was pertinent or necessary was the email to Rachel to try to rat her loose and get us to respond back, and we're almost to the end of class already.
So I was gonna say, I already sent her an email.
Okay, I will email her myself yet today. If I
Yeah.
don't hear from her by the end of the day, I will give her a call and say, hey, what's going on?
Oh, did you send it yet?
I did. Did you
I
get
still
it?
haven't seen it, no. Oh, Steve, the icons.
Oh, and pause for a moment. There goes. It went. That should allow you to get in and get at the folder. You get at the folder, and Teresa, you.
Okay, I got it now, I got
Okay,
it.
and you can get at the folder, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay, so I can
It
into
will- it remains to be seen whether HAPSA can get into the folder.
So it's just the grant CBS thing, that's all I got, me?
Yeah,
I can't see anyone else's stuff?
no,
Okay.
should, you, yeah, I gave everybody the right to be the editor of their own folder.
Oh, it says I can't edit it, no,
It says you can't?
no. It says you don't have permission to edit it. I can see it and it's empty, but I can't do anything.
Joe, you're such a problem.
Come on, Jared, what are you doing?
Okay, let's see. Share, I'm gonna give you, okay. Oh, that's because the one I sent up for you was set up via Joseph 1337. It wasn't set up the Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay, so viewer, and I have to give you permission to be editor. There you go. All right. Got it? Let's see,
There you go, I can make new stuff now, yeah.
yes.
Okay, I got it now.
Okay, now what I want you to do, just for, pardon my French, shits and grins. Okay, you created an untitled folder. inside
Yeah,
of
okay,
this
just
now.
making sure it was.
Good, okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure you're in there. You are. All right. Okay, yeah, I would recommend that any project that you're working on for Rachel, and there may be multiple ones, every time you do that, make a separate folder, so that like in your case, you're gonna be working on the stuff that, you're gonna be working on the ship and stuff project, so you wanna create a folder inside your folder that is that. And then if she gives you another one that's like a business card, make a folder for that.
Okay.
If she gives you something else, make a folder for that, so that everything is kind of kept separate inside that folder, so you don't get one project confused with another.
Okay.
Okay,
What's the subfolders?
folders. I drive my girlfriend crazy with this. She doesn't do anything like that, and her computer is a mess. I mean, she's an attorney, for God's sake. You know, you would think that there'd be more organization there.
Yeah, especially for files and,
Yeah.
you know, different clients.
I can't let her see this tape now because I said that. Okay, anyway, that's it for the day, guys. On Wednesday, I hope we've got more information to go on and we can.
Nothing we
proceed.
can do right now, though?
Not really, not until you get some feedback from her, because she was going to feed stuff into your folder that was inspirational photographs and suggestions for this and that, and all of the things that you need to even begin this stuff. And you were gonna start off with what?
I was gonna do number 1 on the list.
Number one on the list.
I was gonna do number 1 too.
Okay, so you're gonna do the spirit wear
Yeah,
t-shirts
yeah.
and stuff, and you're gonna do the t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. And Joe, you were gonna do what, number 1, 2?
I'm doing the CBS.
Right, but you're gonna do the shirts and hoodies and all
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's what I chose.
So you guys are all gonna start off with number 1 on your list here, okay?
Because I think that one's the hottest. The other ones seem like the.
So what I would suggest that you guys do is, in the Google Drive thing, create some kind of, you can just write it up as a page, and you can even scan this and just stick it in there, so that you've got a digital copy of it in your stuff, so that if
I'm
you.
just gonna create a folder saying t-shirts, hoodie apparel.
And you still have this, Teresa, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And Spencer, you still have yours, and Joe, you still have yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure, like, scan it or something and stick it in there so that it doesn't, you got a digital copy that doesn't get lost or separated from
I just
you.
made a folder in my thing saying like t-shirts and hoodie apparel.
Yep,
It's just like a starting point, and I'll probably create a folder for the other four as well,
Okay.
whenever we start those. but yeah.
I'll try to give Rachel a call. Maybe I'll do that on my way over to MCC, while I'm in the car. So, okay, guys, you are free to leave.
Is there anything we can do besides mailing Rachel?
No, because I think at this point, she needs to feed some stuff back to you so you know what to begin with. We're kind of at a point now where you need to see something from her first. You've got a rough idea of what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna be doing apparel, but apparel what? You know?
I don't know what apparel actually says is what.
Shirts and t-shirts and hoodies and things like that.
Send them out to her.
6 and 7. I don't know, what is that?
I don't know, it's like some guy back in the day, like, I don't know.
And they even did a spoof of it on South Park. Did you watch South Park?
I can't remember, I've never really grew up because my parents would be like, you can't watch that.
Really?
But, I mean, I've seen clips of it, but it's like, yeah, those little kids and they're doing all.
They did a thing on South Park this last series, I haven't watched it, we've got access to it, I can't remember if it's through Hulu or what, but, so we watch it, you know, on occasion, but we're like maybe 4 episodes behind. We're too busy watching Dark Shadow, what can I say? You know, it's all about Barnabas and vampires. Anyway, okay, so, take care, I'll see you guys on Wednesday, stay warm, okay?
Sure.